Is making 5 calls a day enough for a remote closer? In this video, I will tell you who a remote closer is, how you can make 5 calls and actually be worth it, and how you can make remote closing a full-time job if you're just doing it on the side or thinking about it. So let's start with the basics. A remote closer is basically a freelancer or inside the business employed person, but mostly working remote, who is dealing with high ticket sales. But not just any high ticket sales. He is mostly dealing, the job itself, the remote closer is mostly dealing with the high ticket sales that are already hot and waiting for you to be used and talked with. So in most cases, what happens is, for example, you're working with HubSpot, right? So HubSpot is a CRM system and they have an enterprise bucket of clients who are looking to implement or maybe start using again HubSpot experience of CRM and other services. The way it works is that HubSpot already has an application for a CRM. In most cases, it's already a scheduled call. You have your calendar integrated with their team and they schedule you a meeting. You have a Google Calendar or any other calendar where you have this meeting, you come to it and you start talking about the CRM, solving the issues, talking to the client about their problems and answering the questions. So the way it works is that you get a super hot lead that is looking to implement the solution, probably in more than $5,000 a month, which is a high ticket for any business, especially B2B SaaS, and they're interested in your product, in you, in what you have to offer, and all you have to do is be knowledgeable about the product, know the basics of sales. For example, I recommend this book for you to start learning sales if you haven't and you're considering career in high ticket sales or in any sales actually in general. And for example, if you close the deal, you get a commission from it. In most cases, you actually have mostly 1 or 2 calls per day as a remote closer, because the commission can go from 1 to 10%, sometimes in some business actually to 20%. For example, if they're not paying you a fixed salary, but your upside is unlimited, because if, for example, the product costs $5,000, if you get $1,000 from it, around 20%, it's actually $1,000 per call. If your conversion rate is around 10%, that means you need to make 10 calls to make $1,000, right? Okay, 5 days per week you do the 10 calls, 5 days per week you get 10 calls, for example, you close, well, let's say 2 of them, you get $2,000. So in a month, that's actually 10 hours of calls per week, 4 weeks, 40 hours per month. You actually have a lot of money staking up. That's around $8,000 just from the commission itself. And plus, who said that you can limit yourself to 2 calls? Some remote closers work only 1 call a day, but it's for $50,000 and it's a bigger commission. Some remote closers work 20 calls per day. You know, they're grinding, they have shorter calls, but more efficient, and they have even more money. So it depended on the company. There are a lot of vacancies right now about the sales departments, the teams behind remote closers. So in the end, there is an easy way to find the job. And after you've done, look at the jobs available on LinkedIn, on Indeed, and other places where the remote jobs are located. Maybe Remote OK or other platforms. So just be curious, be reading the books, start with sales, and maybe try to climb up into remote closer. In most cases, you would look into retail, into B2B SaaS, and into real estate. You won't believe, but there are a lot of real estate agents that are looking for remote closers to keep pushing clients to buy, to work, and to actually purchase the location that they've already seen. So just be curious, learn more about sales, and come back if you found the jobs from this video. Thank you. And if you liked this video, you might like this video about coding.